These are like $8.
This is why we don't do a podcast. My leg twitches sometimes. Or like when I stretch in the morning.
I thought you were drinking a Dole pineapple juice.
Have you guys ever podcasted before?
One time, I was very bad at it.
All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back, and thank you for watching the last ones. We appreciate you, and like always, thank you. So on this episode, we're not just a drifting podcast. We also dive into car culture, and down the road, we're going to dive into other things. So this week, we don't have drifters on, but we have guys who run a program with a great cause, and they run New England Motorsports. So to my left, we have Shawn Cameron. I'm bad at last names, and we go through this every time. Cameron?
Cameron.
Why is there an I in there?
I've been screwing it up for years.
Or a D, or because it's French and it's supposed to be.
So Shawn Cameron, and on Facebook, Andrew Richard, but in my heart, Andy Farrington.
Oh, my secret's out.
It's not out.
Oh, boy.
They knew where to find you.
Yeah,
did.
everybody's known.
We can bleep that. We can bleep that.
And then to my far, far left, as always, the beautiful Ryan Marl.
Hello.
So
He is quite pretty.
he is.
Thank you. I try.
You work out.
I showered today.
Nice. So before
I
we
noticed.
Yeah, I just got out of the shower before I got here.
Yeah.
before we deep dive into these gentlemen, I just want to that tattoo I was talking about last week, we finally got it done. If you can see it, it's me and Allie's husband kissing. So don't worry about it.
Speaking of deep diving into gentlemen,
Yeah. And secondly, I stepped on a scale literally right before I came here. I'm 30 pounds down. I am at 300.1,
Good for you.
Good for
Nice.
you.
down from 330.
I try my hardest to avoid scales. I don't like them.
Lately, I've been like, I'm just curious. So it's good. So how was you guys' day? Shawn?
Not too bad.
Nice. What'd you do? Sleep?
Yes.
You're a third shifter.
Yeah, I
right?
work night shift, so I rushed home, tried to go straight to bed so that I could wake up and not sleep through this
We appreciate you.
and have to make that uncomfortable phone call.
Sorry,
Hey.
not coming. Andy, what about you? What was your day like?
It was a regular day.
Yeah, work.
Up, went to work, yeah.
Nice.
Came here from work.
Well, we appreciate you guys. You know, not everybody's got time, so we appreciate you making time.
Yeah.
Ryan,
Spent some time working on Jess's car today.
nice. What'd she get?
She got a 2016 Focus ST.
Nice.
Needed a ball joint, so I spent a few hours putting that in. Yep. It's
Hell
all
yeah.
fixed up though.
Nice.
Yep.
Hurt your finger?
Yeah, dropped the control arm right on my finger. Yep. Made a little sandwich out of my ring finger.
Oops.
Yep.
Nice.
I mean, did you work on your car if you didn't crush your finger?
Yeah.
I
if you
mean-
don't bleed or crush your finger,
You didn't work on your car.
I said I swore a couple times real loud, so I made it official.
It's solid.
I didn't.
I'm
I
pretty
count
sure
it.
it's in the repair manual.
I count
You're
it.
supposed to do that.
Yes.
That's part of the steps.
Yep.
Yeah.
I scratched out the section where it used to say punch car. I'm like, shh. No, I just throw wrenches in the grass.
That works, yeah.
And leave them there.
Yep. I'll come back to that later.
Hit it with a mower. Ding. Oops.
Once you start getting nicer cars, you can't take the aggression out on them.
Yeah.
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 These
Or
aren't
if it's the
1995
girls.
Cavaliers anymore.
You spend a lot more time as an adult to working on something and putting your effort into it in a good way, right? You know, versus like back in the day, you're like, oh, it needs brakes. Like, hammer, whatever.
Good enough.
Yep. Here we go.
Yeah.
Ready for the Kanc Cruise.
That's why it's fun to have stupid projects that you don't care about.
100%.
So you
Yeah.
can still do that,
Yep.
do everything with a hammer.
I believe in owning a little bit of everything if you can. You know, own something cheap and fun. Own something in between, you know, to get you around. Honda Accord, something like that. And then own something that you waste a lot of money and time on.
Oh, man. Looks right at Shawn.
Wow, jeez.
We'll
I mean, I was gonna say,
we'll-
I own a lot of
We're the
things.
same.
I don't
same.
work on them or touch them. They just rot in the yard, but I own them.
How many times have you fixed the Subaru?
Oh, the Forester?
Yeah.
It's on Motor 3.5.
Yes. Yes.
You still have the M3 too, right? Or is that Jess's?
That's Jess's.
Still have that though?
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's in the backyard next to the Mark 1 and my Corrado, which I've had since 95
Yes.
or something. No, it was 98, 99. I got it just before graduation.
And just for clarification, when was the last time that was driven?
'03 maybe.
Okay.
That's when I drove it to the shop.
For people that don't already know.
I drove it. See, that's when I made the mistake. I shouldn't have drove it that day because I was building a 16 valve for it, and I decided I needed to sell the motor and trans out of it to help fund it because it was running. And I drove it to the shop. We pulled the motor out, and that was 20 years ago.
21.
Just like that.
Time flies.
It's true.
I'm like, so
Get
many
to it
times
next week.
I've been like, I never should have pulled the motor out.
It's almost
just
done.
left it. I would be happy still driving that with the G60 in it.
It's almost like you got a Mazda 6.
Shots fired.
Right, so this is what this is. It was like, hey, we're gonna come down and shit on Andy.
Hey, I don't even have a car. You guys have cool stuff. I don't even have stuff. I have a truck that the business owns. That's it. I'm boring.
There's a golf cart right there.
I think it's pretty sweet.
There's a golf cart right there, and that's going to be. I don't want to let the secrets out, but there's a lift coming and maybe some spinners. I already said too much.
Easy go. What is that? A TXT or?
Oh, that's a Easy Go 90. It's like a 06 or 90. I don't know.
Yep. It's a doesn't go right now.
Yeah, it needs a lot of batteries. So if anybody's got deep cycle 6 volts or whatever,
6 volt. Nah.
it's a 36 volt.
Yeah,
unit.
no. For now it is. I'm telling you. All right. So this one's kind of a secret project. Not a lot of people know about this, but the cat's about to be out of the bag. I just built one.
Oh,
And it's a 48 volt now.
okay.
And just today I drove it for the first time.
What? The timing couldn't be better on this. This is great.
Oh yeah. Wait till you guys see what this thing looks like now.
Is it awesome?
It is awesome. It's a 1984
Oh no.
Easy Go Marathon. And this thing is like the definition of something that you pulled out of the woods after sitting for 30 years.
Moss and mold and
It was bad. So I brought it to work. All the battery trays were all rotted out. I cut that all out, made new trays, welded that all in. And then my paint guy at the shop looks at me, goes, I think I can find some extra paint. I'm like, nah, I was just gonna rattle can this thing. I don't care enough about it. At the time, we happened to be painting a certain energy drinks company truck.
would it be blue and silver?
It could be.
Okay.
So it just so happens that my golf cart is now blue and silver.
Oh
Sick.
Yeah.
It's going to fly.
It's not. It is not fast. It
No?
is not. It is still a 1984
Oh,
little
okay.
shit, but it looks cool.
nice. So did you upgrade any of it, like the motor or anything, or it's just all the old?
Okay, so the only thing left on it is the original motor.
Okay.
Every single wire, every electronic component, everything on it is brand new.
Yeah, the
every
wiring.
contactor.
That wiring was scary.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There's some
So
scary wiring.
it has a digital speed controller now,
Oh cool.
actual variable throttle.
Nice. What'd you do for batteries? Did you do like a bunch of 12s or did you get the one big 48?
No, I did 6 8-volts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I found one. It's like a single battery, and it's supposed to be 200 pounds lighter than the 6, and it's half the price. And everyone that said it's faster, the lights are brighter. So
Wow.
we'll try it. Worst case, it doesn't work well or it works well for a month, and then we go
Catch on fire.
the old route. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I have to open the doors to bail. Oh, we're on fire.
Until we're
Tuck and
underneath
roll,
it.
Grandma.
Yeah.
Tuck and roll.
How the hell am I going to get underneath that thing?
When we flip it.
I'm not at. Oh, jeez. Yeah, with a lift and the
Yep.
big. Well, it's going to have big, heavy Johnnies on it, so we'll see.
Jerry's got a story about rolling over.
Yeah,
Yep.
with me in the passenger seat.
Yep.
Of a damn ATV in Jericho.
Oh.
We weren't doing anything crazy, but he tried to do a little, get a little shitty with it, and well, here we go.
Happens.
And you know what? The one thing you're not supposed to do is when you're falling or rolling, put your arm out the window. What's he do? Luckily, it was soft sand, so it was just like gone. But yeah,
I rolled one at work.
whoops.
Golf cart or ATV?
Golf cart.
All right.
If golf
Yeah,
carts at work.
At the job site. Well, that previous
Oh,
job,
okay.
the construction. We were doing the Market Basket Distribution Center in Tewksbury, and
Wait, should we tell this story or?
I don't know what's the what's that?
7 years? 10 years?
Statute of limitations.
It's like 7 or 10.
Oh, we're fine.
It depends on if there's murder involved, honestly.
No, if nobody's dead, we can tell the story.
It was just a golf cart.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we're safe.
Yeah. Nah, just humming it across the thing, trying to jump it, throw it sideways.
It'll happen every
you
time.
know. Traction, no traction, traction, airborne.
Wrong traction.
You know how it goes. You know. I wore a crutch for a little while.
Oops.
Used a crutch and wear a crutch.
That's why your cars aren't getting built. You were broken. Just that's your excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried, but I just and then something else came along.
I go too
Yeah,
hard.
because it's because I'm broke.
Yeah.
In.
Yeah, there it is. So nice. So my day was shit, and I won't get into it, but it took me 4 hours to wrap one piece, and I never finished it, and the piece is this big. This big. So never take on SEMA projects, because I am annoyed. So if you see all that, that's a SEMA build.
Oh boy.
And it needs to be done by Friday.
Is that a fishing story? So it was really...
I'll show you. I mean, it was between this big and this big.
Yeah, but the smaller the piece, probably sometimes the more difficult.
So
it
all
is.
of this is carbon, and it's not mounted to anything.
Yep.
So it's light, and you can't get stretch on it, and then it's just a nightmare. And all the edges around everything are like that weird, the fabric. So it's just like the vinyl won't stick, and it's never again. Ryan Turk, if you're watching, never again. Until next time you ask, and
I was gonna say
I'll be right there.
I don't believe you.
No,
Yeah.
every time.
100%.
I love Ryan. He's a good dude. But it's just like, God damn it. But anyway, nice. So that's our days.
Yeah. So, origin stories?
Yeah.
Should we get into this?
Yeah, let's just start doing the
Deep
dive.
dive.
Yeah. So who wants to go first? How did you guys get into cars? Or the car scene? Or what car scene?
I was gonna say cars for me in general.
Yeah, I was going to say, are we going cars in
Necessity.
general? Or?
Well, I mean, when did you start? What age? Were you always into working on cars?
No, I always have and still hate working on cars. Actually, I hate it.
Just like everybody else that works on them?
Yeah. I mean, I was 16, and there was no other option if I wanted to. If I wanted my shit to work
Right.
the next day, I had to learn how to fix it that day. So that's what started that. And then being 16, going to VIP and buying every stupid
stick
piece
on.
of everything, every obnoxious blue lit switch and.
Did you ever get the APC pedal covers? The LED ones?
I had
No, I
had
didn't
'em.
have those.
Yep.
I did have the LED washer nozzles though in the hood.
I was just
I
thinking
had
about that
Snake eyes?
yesterday.
I had those.
Those are still on the hood of the Corrado.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So
Antiques.
and I think one of the pedal covers is still be on there.
It might
I
glow.
had red,
it
I
might
had
not.
red and carbon fiber on the pedals, and then I had like everybody did in the '90s, removed all of the air vents or anything I could, and then
yeah.
painted them.
yes.
But it would fish eye, so you'd go again.
Yep.
And then it would fish eye, so you'd go again.
Slow
and
it
by
down.
the
Then you just
time
had an
you know it,
1/8
down,
layer
light.
of paint with a big divot.
thick. And then they would chip, so you'd just go over it again instead of, sanding it down like an adult.
Then you just have cracks all over everything.
my
I
whole-
didn't wait for any layer to actually dry.
Yep.
The center console is like pink. It's like that same color pink. It was red when I painted it.
Oh, man.
25 years ago.
My favorite, too, is like you get it looking perfect, and you're so impatient to put it in. You're like, I'm putting it in. It's dry.
Yep.
I touch it.
Yeah, you
it's dry.
touch it, fingerprints.
Push it in. Done. You're like, damn it. And then it's done. Like, it'll never look good again.
You're not going to take it back out and fix it.
No.
way.
No.
Not then.
Next color change. And we'll go right over it. Nice. So 16, you're doing the crazy stuff. What kind of cars were you getting into?
Oh God, yeah. Nothing crazy. My first car was
Beretta?
a 91 Mazda Protege.
Oh, baby.
So it's always been a Mazda thing?
No, it just started there. It just started there.
Was it white with a black fender? I feel like that's how they all start.
It was silver with a different color silver fender
Yes.
and a black hood.
It's always those proteges for some reason.
Do you remember the MP3?
Yes. The
MPV?
SUV?
MPV? Is that what it was? MPV? Yeah,
Yes,
something like
that's what I
that.
was
Yeah.
thinking of.
Yeah. I wanted one of those for some stupid reason.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but they wouldn't let me test drive it. They want you to test drive a base model. And just like, yeah. So
Oh, they had like the teardrop,
I
like
beat the piss out of
weird headlights, right? They were like super bubbly. Is that what I'm thinking of, or is that like the Iron Man thing?
it had like a wing. It was just a 4-door coupe and it had a factory wing on it.
Oh yeah. I know.
I think you're thinking of the
No, I know what you're
X3.
talking about. The MPV was like the protege with like the cool version, like the lip kit.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
Oh,
like
really?
an STI. Like
Yeah,
I thought it was like an SUV.
no.
it could be.
It's a sedan. It was a little sedan.
yeah. They were like Mazda Speeds when they like
But
first
yeah, it was
came out.
it was like a pre Mazda Speed.
Yeah, it was like the cool.
So it had
protege.
had a body kit and like a big
Yep.
front opening, and it had his factory wing on it.
I remember those. Those were cool.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I mean they probably made
really
100
don't.
of them.
And then they
sold
came out
3.
with the Monster Protege 5 wagon with like the big like
the big
rally
giant
fog lights.
Fog lights.
Oh, yeah.
I had one. I had a white. My mom had it. When she got a new car, I was like, "Can I have that?"
Baller.
I still think that was a cool car.
Yeah, it was neat.
I like those. If they could have like kept them from rotting out and put anything under the hood, that would have been fun. That would have been an awesome car.
They did rot because the rear end of mine was toast.
But everything rotted then.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, if you think about like show me a 95 Cavalier that made it through New England.
I saw a Cavalier today, and I almost wanted to jump out of the car and give the lady my business card and be like, "If you sell this, let me know." But I didn't want to scare an old lady in traffic, so
Why in the world would you want that?
I love. So when I came into the car scene, it was a Mustang and then a Cavalier, and I've wanted another one ever since.
I get
I've seen
that.
pictures of that Cavalier.
Oh my God, with me with my shirt off on the hood, my jean shorts that went down to my ankles,
Oh yeah.
scrawny, a half a tribal band tattoo. Damn.
Yeah, but it was the coolest half a tribal band.
Stay back, ladies. I'm taken. Oh
great.
man. Actually, and then you got into the 6, right?
Yeah, there were quite a few things in
Oh,
between there, but they were all right on par with that.
Yep.
Protege, a couple of Rangers, and
Your 6 wheels are now on your Accord.
Shut up! I was gonna keep that a surprise.
No way, bro.
Yeah, I was thinking about showing.
yeah.
up.
What were those? Was TSWs?
Yeah.
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 Nice.
Yeah, they're black with a polished lip.
They're still, yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to. Did you paint them or somebody? Somebody
did.
must have painted them.
I did.
I was like, still polished?
The
Polished
is
used
good.
loosely? No,
the,
still
the
good?
paint is coming off on a couple of the spokes, and I'm like, I'm not gonna touch them because they're vintage now. They're like, these are vintage Kanc Cruise wheels.
The period correct.
Yeah, and at some point in time, I want to take the Accord on the full Kanc Cruise.
Those
those
wheels. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but those wheels have been airborne
So when I got
on the cruise in the early years
those wheels,
Allegedly.
In Mexico.
in Mexico for sure.
a mutual friend of ours looked at me and was like, "These wheels have seen a lot of time over 100 miles an hour."
I don't know what they're talking. That must have been after I owned them.
He was
because I
talking
drive
about at
speed
the
limit.
racetrack somewhere. I
Yeah,
think.
that
Yes,
makes-
yes, they were.
Sanctioned.
Yes.
Naira. The Naira circuit.
We're going legit.
Those wheels have seen some track time at Summit Point.
Have they really?
Yep.
No kidding.
Yep.
You could sell those on eBay, bro.
You know what? I'm gonna drive all 173 horsepower of that Accord just a little bit harder now.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
I'm gonna drive it like it's 174.
I'll make a summit. Every time you take that car to a track, I'll make the sticker of the track and we'll just cover it.
That's all.
You can cover the chips. The rock
Yeah,
chips.
there we go.
But yeah, they are on there still, and
Are those like 18 by 7 or something?
yeah. No, they're 18. Actually, they're like 18 by 8.5 or something. Because
No way.
yeah, the
I
funny
actually
thing
thought
is,
they were
Really?
18 by
Yep.
7.
I ran for a while when I wasn't buying tires for drifting. I was running my drift tires on those wheels, and then I would take off the tires and run them on my drift car when I was done with them. So they were wide
but
enough
what-
for a 245.
245. Yeah. Well, you can get a 245 on a.
They're not balloony though. They don't
Like a
look
7.5?
like.
I guess no. That
A 245 on like a 7.5.
yeah, seven
They're-
and a
they-
half.
Yeah, I think they're
Because I know was the factory M wheels supposed to be 235s, and I like ballooned like 255s on the rears, and that was like it because those are only I think 7.5s in the rear.
Off-road.
255s and a 7.5. That's amazing.
I think they're still on it, actually, if I go in my storage unit.
Reverse
Those are
stretched.
the wheels that are still on there. They're meaty. It gets that
That's
meaty
just
look.
that's first gen.
just
Right.
release the
That's
protection.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's before rim
stretch.
protector. Yeah,
It's when you corner in the car is still like just all that sidewall flex.
Oh man. So Shawn, when did you start getting your itch for the automotive industry? Because you have some pretty cool stuff.
I mean, that seems like a stretch.
You have some pretty cool stuff from 10 years ago.
I mean, I started, my dad always did all his own work on the cars, putting duct tape over rust so we could get inspections.
New Hampshire, baby.
They had that reflective look and stuff. But
the aluminum tape?
my first, like the aluminum tape,
Yeah.
put it over the chrome.
Polished.
I don't remember what that thing was, some sort of Pontiac something. It's a weird 2-door. But my stuff started, so when I was 15, there was I don't know, for some reason I wanted this Firebird that was at, it was actually a place in Manchester still there. I think it's Mother's. It's like Mother's Automotive or something. But
Yep.
I think my sister or my brother had a relationship with them. And so my parents would buy me the car, but I had to work on it at my sister's body shop all summer to basically to pay it off or to work on it. So
Right.
they bought me the car that whole entire summer. I ended up sanding the entire car down to bare metal. I wasn't supposed to.
Oops.
So I was supposed to. So it's an '85 Firebird T-tops V6 auto.
Oh, yeah.
Garbage. But so I was supposed to sand. He gave me the DA and told me to sand the hood down. Oh, because like I had to paint the car because the clear coat it had been sitting for a while, so there's no clear coat on it. So I was supposed to just sand the hood. He left me with the DA and left, and I just started sanding the hood. I remember I had one whole half from the center over, and mine had like the weird. I don't know if I've even like seen it before, but like there was vents in the very bottom of the hood. There was like two like kind of rectangular vents on the hood. It was weird. But that whole one side straight down to bare metal. He came back into the shop and just looked. It was like,
Too much.
he's like, well, you got a lot of work to do now. I'm like, what? He's like, you got to do the whole car
Oh no.
because now the paint's uneven.
Yep.
He's like, I was only supposed to just kind of scuff the top layer and get the clear coat gone. So then the rest of that summer, I sanded that entire car down to bare metal.
That sounds awful.
Yeah. Should have just cleared it. Screw it.
Right?
No. But then, we painted it. I had probably the nicest friggin' paint job out of anybody for like in high school, at least in my high school
Right.
at the time, like, because it had like a metallic flake it was black with a metallic flake. We did a cherry glaze through it,
Oh damn.
which was darker in the front and faded to the rear. And the guy who was painting it, a friend of my sister's, he like really wanted to do he just wanted to do gold flake or something. I'm just like, no. I don't think I actually wanted any flake. I'm trying to remember. I wanted the red. I wanted that because like when you just hit it, the light hits it just right. You could see it pop red.
Yep.
But he was just like, because black, you see everything. So he just wanted to make sure you couldn't see all of his imperfections.
Right. Flake it out.
So
That's why you paint everything flat.
yeah. I think maybe it was supposed to just be gold flake, and I'm like, sure, do gold flake. But then I get the car, and he did like a glitter,
Oh no.
heavy glitter flake over this friggin' whole thing. Girls loved it though.
Bass boat lowrider style.
Yeah, almost. It was still black. Like when you looked at it, it was black. But then when you light hit it, and it was pink, purple, blue, green, like everywhere. And there were like girls at high school call it the glitter car.
Oh boy.
But they always wanted to ride, so
Of course.
it's all right. So maybe dudes hated it, girls liked it.
And they didn't know better. Oh, a V6, let's go.
Oh yeah, they don't.
Right.
Yeah.
T-tops?
It's the T-tops. Girls love T-tops. T-tops, convertible, anything that they can get their hair
Yep.
going.
Get a little bit of tone in the
So-
exhaust. You got a race car.
T-tops. The T-tops were.
I think that fades after high school. I think as I don't know, the ladies as they get older tend to
Well-
be like, I want the convertible around town.
Yeah.
You know,
they still
and-
want it.
But like I roll down the windows at 45 and it's like, hey, can you roll those up?
This is really inconvenient with my hair.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're on the way to a wedding.
Right.
She just spent 3 hours doing her hair.
Disregard
and you
all
get in the
of it.
car and you're like, lower the windows down. I'm like, yeah, dick.
Just
like,
it's Eminem. I got
They got to hear my bass.
yes, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't care if it's winter. Whatever.
speaking of bass stereos, that was like
My favorite.
so that was the thing. Once getting the car ready, and then the whole high school for me was stereos.
Yep.
Stereos, constantly changing stereos, new amp,
Yep.
new speakers.
Wheeling and dealing with your friends because you
Swapping.
want the Eclipse Alcones,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they got the JVC. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Trying to flip a quarter on your hatch.
I miss the good old days.
Oh yeah, just dinging the hell out of it in the process. too,
Yeah.
thinking it's cool.
Driving, watch your rear view mirror falls in your lap while you're driving.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. You're like,
Sounds good inside, but outside it sounds
oh,
like...
outside is everything.
Because
It
Dynamat...
Sounds like a
just
hornet's
sounds like
nest.
this.
I didn't want to spend money on Dynamat.
Sounds like this.
Oh yeah, no, just constant rattle.
The license
Things-
plate.
The
just-
license plate.
Yeah.
Dynamite. Dynamite in the back of your license plate.
Nah,
Yo.
that costs money.
You
I was
think
gonna
about,
say, yeah, who could afford that when we were in high school?
but it's gotten. I still do
Oh.
stereo.
Yeah.
Dynamat is like now they got knockoff Dynamat, Amazon.
Oh, yeah. It's
yeah.
like Monster or something. Or
Order a box of that stuff for like $60.
Oh,
The
yeah.
UPS guys like, what the hell? What is this? Weighs so much. It's
that was the thing. Like, what was it? You get like a 2x2 square for like.
It's like $50.
Yeah,
it was
something.
Yeah.
Crutchfield. Like, okay, I can
Yeah.
order one.
You always like. I got a sheet. And like you're just cutting it into strips, and like I'll stick a piece here,
One
might
little
rattle.
and I'll
bit,
stick
yeah.
a piece here. That'll stay. I definitely had like a small, like 2-inch one on the inside of the license plate, because that used to drive me crazy. The license plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a buddy who used spray foam, but when he did it, he was actually one of Bruno's friends. They went to college together. And when he did it, he did his whole trunk, and then he closed his trunk, and then his trunk never opened again because the foam expanded.
Oh, man.
And it like covered everything,
Oh,
like
my
all the
God,
locking
that's
mechanisms and everything.
Did it
Jesus.
sound good?
No, sounded like shit. And it was a Kia
So at
Sophia.
least it was worth it.
It was a Kia Sophia
That's a good car
with
to
a
do
big
that
wing, and they made it so you couldn't really get back into, like, the seats didn't fold down, so you had to like take everything apart. So I think it just went to the junkyard like that.
to.
Yeah, that sounds. I would have done that.
Yeah.
Also, if anybody's got a Kia Sophia for sale, bang my line, as the kids say.
Don't.
Don't bang my
I'll
line.
end up working on it.
Anybody got a Daewoo kicking around?
Nope. No, they don't.
I mean, Jeff probably does.
He does have some crazy stuff.
He
he
just
sh-
picked up a Celica. You see the Celica he just picked up?
The white one with all the race
No, it's-
one?
No, it's a red one. It was on the picture on the. It was like on a lull, picking the thing up, putting it on the trailer.
Oh God, no! Last time I talked to him, he brought a Celica by with like stickered headlights, and he wanted to redo that whole livery. It was like a TRD car, like
Yeah, I
TRD
saw
track
that one,
car.
yeah. No, he just got another one like yesterday.
Oh, geez, no. I'm not friends with him. I just see when he like puts stuff up for sale. Like, I'm not friends with him on Facebook. I should be. He's got some cool stuff. I remember last year or the spring, he had like
Whatever.
a RAV4 on tracks that he showed up
Yeah,
with.
showed up on tracks.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
So before we go too far into cars, just to circle back, gentlemen, tell us a little bit about the Kanc Cruise, if you would.
What's a Kanc Cruise?
Should we ask what start with New England Motorsports?
Can
first?
you first of all, can you spell Kankamangas?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I was gonna say.
you could
didn't
say
ask
yeah.
me to, so you just asked me if I could.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep,
spelled
good enough.
Kanc.
A-M-A-G-U-S.
It's the Kankamangas, not the Kanga.
Is there an A in there?
Not the
No.
Kangamagas.
You're
The
asking
road-
the wrong guy. I
The
can't.
road we
Yes.
like to drive in August.
I don't know. There's a W somewhere.
Jesus.
Carry the.
So yes, what's the Kanc Cruise all about?
You want it or you want me to?
I don't know. I mean, I tried to do that last one, that last interview with the guy while everybody was doing burnouts behind us.
Oh yeah, yeah. The one
Did you
that
see?
I
Did you see the saved
pushed on
audio?
you?
Yeah. The guy's asked me like 4 times if he would do an interview. I'm like, dude, no.
Then he asked me, and I was like, I think Shawn likes to talk. He's right over there.
We were like at Freiburg,
yeah.
and then everybody started leaving in the middle of him trying to record me, asking me questions.
Oops.
That's the way it always goes.
Yeah. Whoa, the whole time. He saved like 3 seconds of it. It's like, hi, my name is Shawn. It's it. End of friggin' interview.
Very good.
So you guys aren't the founders, but now you run it and like are the guys behind it, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
so how did this all come about?
So it's any motorsport. Any motorsport originated as a forum back in the forum days.
The good old days. Real quick, do you remember your forum names? Were you ever on a forum?
Oh yeah.
What was your name?
Oh well, it's S13 to FC3S, and it was when I went from an S13 to an FC. I was like 22.
All right.
Yeah, and I still will use that username. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
I was Zoom 6.
Yep.
Boosted Euro.
Nice. My 3G Z24.
See, none of those are that bad.
Oh, I had two. I also had Z24 Racer 95.
Okay, that's bad.
That's still my email for some things. But anyway.
I still use mine. That's still my Instagram.
Yep.
That's my Twitch, my Twitter. All of it's still Boosted Euro.
Boom.
Nice. It's not a bad one.
No.
Except it's actually somebody already had Boosted Euro on Instagram, so I'm the real Boosted Euro.
Well, that's
I don't
better
know.
anyways.
I don't know
'cause
who
now-
that fake fuck is. But
Right, but if somebody had, you think there's somebody out there that's like the real booster?
maybe.
That's weird.
Brian, what was your name when you had like AOL or anything? Do you remember?
Taco Boy 1386.
Taco Boy 1380.
Name
Look
too,
them up.
man. Yeah.
You should switch your Instagram over to that.
should do your license plate as
Taco Boy,
Yes.
bro.
No Tacoma involved though.
Yeah, it was like Taco Bell. Like,
Oh,
That's awesome.
right. No, I mean,
like fucking 7.
Kid just really likes tacos.
Yeah, tacos
Yeah.
are great.
who doesn't like tacos? I would do Pizza Boy. I
Oh
love
man,
pizza.
I got McLovin on my plate now.
McLovin is pretty good though.
I'm a glove guy. What can I say? Nice.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah. All right. So sorry.
Didn't even catch it. Right over.
So on the forum days,
So many tangents.
this is fun.
I digress. We're the king of digress. The two of us will be like, hey, I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go too. Okay, cool. And 3 hours later, we're still talking in the driveway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
me and him.
Yeah, all the time.
That was actually like and then we call each other on the way home.
Yep.
He was on his way home last night after a pod, and I called him like, "Hey, bud, what are you doing?" Just left, bro.
Yeah, but we talked for half an hour on the way home.
Yeah, just gassing each other up. You're good. No, you're good.
I really like your smile.
This positivity is great. All right, forum days.
Yeah.
So there was forums.
So there was forums. At the time, there was just like forums for like 240 forum, the Ford forum, the Mazda forum, Mustang forum. So my buddy Neil, he wanted to bring everybody together into one local forum. So that's where we created Any Motorsport. Slight play on words. I don't know who may pick up on that or not, but it's Any Motorsport, like ANY Motorsport.
I've never picked up on that,
No,
and
me
I've
neither.
been around for a long time.
Yeah, because it's
I always call it New England Motorsport,
it's
but yeah, that's
it's
that's
just-
good.
I mean, that is what it is now.
right, but
it is
that's
what
not
it is
what
now,
it,
but it's
right.
always
Not what
and
it
it
was
was
intended
Any.
for.
The idea was Any for New England, and also it sounds to homophone or whatever
Yep.
for Any Motorsport. So we let everybody come in, and it worked really good. We had kind of ended up it was like the land of misfit toys.
Yeah.
But
that's
really,
what
but
the
really, it was all the good stuff.
That's what the car group is, right? You know, it's,
Yeah.
we're all broken. We don't work well with people, which is why we're in a garage.
Right.
anyways.
Right.
Yep.
None of us belonged anywhere else.
Right, except for each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why we always had all the like really cool oddball oddball cars, people that didn't really fit in with the regular like
Right.
normal stuff. But so that just slowly snowballed, grew pretty good, and then obviously when you're car people, you start meeting, right? You don't just talk
Right.
online. We start meeting. We used to have meets in Manchester, and start getting bigger groups. Decide somebody wants to drive up north. Let's all get together, drive up north. I'm pretty sure there was a couple. There's debate on who did the first one. We don't want to get into that. Because in my opinion, if I wasn't there, it wasn't the first one.
Right.
So it doesn't count.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair
You
enough.
can't have the first any motorsport Kanc Cruise if the guy who owns the site's not at the event, right?
We didn't actually talk about the change of ownership.
It's a touchy subject.
But anyway.
So at some point in time, Neil no longer owned it.
Yeah. Neil moved. Neil was in the military. Moved away in the military. Couldn't really take care of the site, so I stepped in and started taking over the
Nice.
site and doing all the site stuff. So we started doing the cruise, and I was like really weary on like the whole like being connected to an event. Obviously, like really early, it's just like people getting together and then driving,
Right.
like people.
Yeah. And you don't want it all attached to your
And
name.
I don't want it all
Right.
attached to my name and whatnot. So the first events, I didn't technically have any hands on the events. They were ran by two of our other longtime members, Alex and Shelby, and they kind of took the whole thing under their wing. They had meets. Our like one of the early biggest ones, Alex had put it on Supra forums because he's a big long-time Supra guy, known all over New England.
I remember those
Was
Supras.
that 08?
Yeah,
I want to say that was 2008.
probably. Yeah.
It was like 300 and...
Well, yeah, 8 or 9. I got the video. It's on the YouTube.
That's when like Bruni brought out like the 510, right? Like originally, like back in those days.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure he's the one that got me involved with you guys way back.
It was a good time in recent car history. You know, I've seen some of the videos from up here, and I just in my own history, like it's cool because it was a very inclusive time too. You know, where everybody kind of came to their senses, maybe a little, and was like, hey, you know, I like dumped S10s, and I actually like Volkswagens, and I like Nissans, and
Yeah, that was the thing. Is like because before that there was always just like that thing. It's like, well, I drive a Honda Civic, so I'm gonna hang. Oh, you drive a Honda Civic. Oh, and you do too. Oh, you drive a Mustang. I don't like you.
Right.
You have, and like so everybody only hangs out with the same car that they happen to be driving.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's just boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just boring. It's
You can
just
only
like,
look at so many Civics, and
Right?
Yeah.
you've seen it all.
You know, it's like
I can look at a lot of Civics.
I can too. I get it, but still.
yeah.
But
But
I'd
you
rather
can
look at
still see
everything.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could be like, oh, that's dumb. And you're like, I mean, just because it's not dumb, it's just not what you like.
Yeah.
It's still done well. They still did a good job. It can still look great.
Right.
I won't drive it. There's plenty of things that I'm like, wow, that thing looks sick. I wouldn't drive it.
Like like wasn't there like,
Like
a
a-
bag Corolla or
like a
something around
Corvette.
that? Looks sick. And-
Like a Corvette, they look good
Yeah.
sometimes. I wouldn't get in one, but
right.
You wouldn't drive a Corvette?
no,
I remember one time
I can't do it. I don't know what. It's just like
me and Shawn sat in a newer Mazda Miata together one time. You
yeah, that
remember
picture. But yeah, I think that picture.
So funny.
I wish we could insert picture here.
There's it's just a picture I like did at Boston
It was-
Auto Show,
yeah.
and we are just
I miss going
two
to that.
giraffes. That was a wild one. That,
Oh yeah, both the glass is like here. It's just both of our heads. We're like
man.
we're like holding each other because there isn't like.
And then we stopped hanging out, all of us. You got a boat, you got a bike.
We're hanging out now.
I know, I love it.
Yeah.
This is fun.
So,
You
so
know-
back in
You guys know you're always welcome on the boat.
Ryan's like trying to come on, guys.
I don't
Come
boat.
on.
I don't
know,
boat.
I know we've talked about it. You don't like boats.
I don't boat. Anyway, okay. So forums.
So there was you know, just a relatively informal, you know.
Yeah, literally just post on the forum, hey,
We're all
guys,
doing this on this day.
Yeah.
You know.
next weekend or a month from
Yeah.
you know, by,
We'd all show up at the rest stop on 93 in Hooksett.
Yeah, we used to meet at the mall in New Hampshire.
That was before my time.
Yeah, so we'd meet at the mall in New Hampshire until they freaked out and kicked us out, and that would be the beginning of the
Beginning
mall,
of a trend of
the
getting
mall,
kicked out of
the mall,
places.
yeah, the mall cops like you can't we're parking in a parking lot. I'm
Nope.
We're doing what we're supposed to be
Yeah.
doing here. Yeah.
Can't do that.
Whatever. Yeah, we'd leave the mall and then we'd meet at the liquor store on 93 North.
Oh, yep.
I say liquor store, we weren't getting liquor, and there wasn't a gas station back then.
Yeah, because before it definitely wasn't the big common man explosion.
It was
now.
just a big parking lot. Yeah, there's no. Now it's a whole thing.
With the best
bizarre.
donuts.
Bizarre sight for somebody not from New Hampshire when you realize that like the biggest liquor store you've ever seen is attached to the highway.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know if that's. I don't think that's supposed to be that way. But
Well, I mean, you know,
It's fine.
I've seen drive-through liquor stores out in like Ohio.
right, those I'm also. A little,
That's weird, yeah.
I don't want to drive around there necessarily.
I mean, sometimes
Or
you just-
walk.
You don't want to get out of the car. You know?
Right.
Just let me have my bottle of Everclear, and
Back then, Hypnotic and Hennessy, and let's be on our way.
Yes.
I hate that I agree with you.
That was a.
That was the
Oh,
thing back
man.
then.
It was the thing.
Oh,
we were just talking about it the other
Just
day.
give me that handle of friggin' Mad Dog. Let's go.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Four Loco.
I think I,
Oh, no.
I think I have
the
heartburn
original,
now.
the original
Yeah,
Four
the
Loko.
original. What was the other one? MD 4040 or whatever it was called?
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog.
Oh, is
That's
that
what I
what?
just said.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah. That's aggressive. Anyway, hey, did we just off track again?
Yep.
All right. So
I didn't notice.
liquor store.
So liquor store. There's one. Well, I don't. Should we get into stories? But we're just trying to stay on.
We'll get into the stories after we
We're
get
trying to
there.
establish just the
Yeah.
history.
So it was like 50, 75 cars. The early cruises were about that size, somewhere around 50.
Pretty good turnout.
And
Yeah.
Even today.
and it was like we knew everybody.
Yep.
Because it was everybody from the forum. And then we'd go up and do the Kanc and whatnot. Very informal, and like I said, nothing. Not like an event. So we did that from, like I said, because that was probably, I don't remember the first one. It was like 07, 08 or something. And then when it got for...
First one must have been 7 because 08 was the real big one.
Yeah.
And then 09 we started trying to raise some money.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically we ended up, like I said, it was that one that Alex put it on Supra forums, and there was like 10 Supras, which in 08,
Right.
Wild.
Big deal.
crazy.
Yeah.
It was insane. I have a video on my YouTube from leaving the parking lot, and it's just Supra. It's just, what is it?
Driving, as Andy would say, spiritedly.
Oh, so good. I just remember literally like goosebumps.
Yep.
Like recording video and like having everybody blowing by me. I'm like in the middle of on the median, just recording everybody pull out of the parking lot, and like just the sounds, and like it was crazy. I mean, it's like a 6-minute video of pulling out of the parking lot.
Yeah.
Because that's how long it took to get everybody out of the parking lot.
Is that when everybody was doing?
No. That was like a half hour. And I was literally trying to yell at people to go get in their cars because nobody's leaving.
Right. They're
There's
all watching.
100 people standing at the side of the road watching all the cars leave. Nobody's in their car. Nobody's leaving. Get in your car.
You got half leaving, half staying.
Yes. I'm like, we
gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. I'm like, you realize that half the people are at the next stop already, right? Like, get in your cars, go. There we go. Digressing again.
That's fine.
But yeah, so basically it got so big that somebody had the idea. I don't remember who first brought it up, but it was, we could do something with this. Like, this is a large group of...
Yep.
I mean, So in the initial ones, we basically just said like, hey, so we're gonna do it for a cause. What should we do? And somebody said like make a wish.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, so we'll raise money for Make a Wish. So we still did the exact same thing. There was no real of like planning or anything, but we just showed up that day and we were like, anybody want to donate to Make a Wish?
Yep.
And we kind of just walked around
yep.
and asked people for money. And
Then I think there was a couple raffle items.
we might have started getting
Some
some raffle
HID
items.
lights or something.
Some glow pedals.
Sick.
No,
I'm in.
but then it was like, we had like 310 cars or something, and we raised
Damn.
like $300.
Tough. Not so damn.
Yeah.
And then that's when we were just like, that's pretty bad. From a fundraising,
Sure.
it was an amazing event.
Right. Sure.
Everybody had a blast, but from a fundraising aspect, the amount of cars, we're just like,
We could do better.
yeah.
So you saw the potential there of
saw-
really turning something out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's also the fact that like without any planning or any like volunteers or any stuff, trying to put 300 people driving together in slightly high performance vehicles, it's a lot. It's hard to wrangle people.
Right.
Yep.
And then you start getting, because initially the cruise is we all know each other. We're all in the forum.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't act
Right.
ridiculous because
Because everybody knows you.
everybody knows
Yeah.
you.
We're gonna hold
And,
you
like,
accountable.
And we're
We're
gonna
gonna hold you
shun you.
accountable.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna shun you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you off the forum.
Right.
Whatever. So one of the ways to dwindle down is make it a mandatory donation.
Yep.
That actually, I was surprised when we
It's-
started doing that, how much that like kept out the. I don't want to say there's anybody we don't want there, but
The riffraff
yeah, it really kept out the people that
are there for the wrong reasons. They just want to
Exactly.
Great way
cause
to put
trouble.
they're there to
Yeah.
cause all kinds of problems and just be all sorts of reckless, and it did a pretty good job of keeping a lot of those out.
Right, because you can definitely still be reckless and throw some money at a good cause. Just kidding.
Hey,
Just
there's
kidding.
always
What you
there's,
do is
there's always a group of high-end European vehicles that clearly have a lot of money and still, for some reason, can't drive like responsible adults.
Yeah, no, there's always it's the same everywhere though. There's one in
like-
every crowd.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you just stoved $100,000 car
Oh, gee, yeah.
Yeah.
off into the grass to pass somebody. Like, what are you doing?
Well, grass is fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys have also put the limit to no motorcycles, right?
Yeah.
Because of a incident that I do remember.
We try not to.
Yeah,
remember that.
maybe not 2010.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just dumb people. People being dumb.
Yeah,
But
and I hated to do that. We talked
yeah.
a long time about that.
It
wasn't the bike's
definitely,
fault.
Right.
It's not.
It wasn't the bikes. I ride.
And-
Yep.
And it was
And you look good doing it.
Thank you.
and it wasn't
do look
like a random.
Right.
It was actually somebody who'd been on the cruises multiple times.
Right. But the
just-
one person ruined
Just
it.
got a little
Right.
but things happen. He got a little too throttle happy.
Yep.
Got a little bit too into it, and because I believe he I don't remember if he did I think he came in and like apologized after.
Right.
Well, but there's a
but-
reason why in my opinion, there's car cruises and then there's motorcycle
it's-
cruises.
Right.
It is.
It's
You're,
too complicated when you mix.
It
you got a
really
lot of
is,
blind
yeah.
spots.
Yep.
There's a lot of blind spots. Not everybody.
And it's never the bike. It's never the rider
Right.
that I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Or it is.
Right.
It's not that I'm worried about them causing something. I'm worried about something happening to them.
Yeah.
And it's always other people too.
Yeah,
Because
you got
Jones
300
turn.
cars trying to
Yeah.
drive together,
True,
which granted that happens every day on the road, right?
Right.
You do. You drive
But I don't see that car in front of me and go, he's my friend, I'm going to stay with him.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we
And the next 300 of them.
Right.
right.
Yeah.
And we don't all show up after just
Oh, where's Gary going?
polishing.
We got to
our
go
car.
100.
Yeah.
Something to prove. I just put on a new turbo. Everybody watch. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
I mean,
time and a place for it.
Look,
of
we're
course.
all guilty of that from time to time. I get it, but
Yep.
but yeah, no, it when you have that many people with sometimes that kind of mentality, it just creates a hazard for
Sure.
Right.
for bikes.
But that aside, okay, and all the nonsense and people that maybe don't follow the rules, whatever, there's a lot of good that comes out of this event, and it's I think it's really cool the way you guys have put something together that actually not only focuses on the good parts of automotive, you know, it focuses on all the different aspects. You know, as somebody who showed up for the first time when I moved here, I'm like, God, there's like Volvos and a GTR and a McLaren,
Right.
and you know, and a
A
this
GT40
and a
and a
yeah, and it's everybody loves everything that's there. So it's really cool that you bring that out, and then also, you know, you're doing it for a good cause. So it's kind of a unique event, and on top of that, I mean, New Hampshire has probably the greatest roads in the Northeast by far. Not only the smoothest and the best, but like the views and whatnot. So when you mix all that up together, it's a really cool, unique event.
Yeah.
Because my favorite part of every car show was always driving to the car show with my car club.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
That's my thing. I don't. We did one car show. I don't think you were around for that.
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember it.
I did it at the Merrimack Shaw's. It was the same part that it was where they were doing Target, or did we just do it at Target?
Oh, you mean the Target show you guys took over and started running
don't
by
even
yourselves?
Oh my God! Don't.
Just for clarification,
That was a joke,
we
guys.
don't have anything to do with running
I
that.
have no. Yeah,
Bro, I followed that drama. Like, I don't know if you guys saw it online, but I followed that to the T. I was
don't-
just like, these people.
I don't run it. I don't want to run it.
I know.
That old guy at the Target Cruise night?
yeah,
He's out of his mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you used to go do it. You shot that, right? A couple times? Yeah. Yeah. He's one of, so I don't, you guys don't know Brian, but Brian is a photographer. And you met before this, but,
we met earlier. Yeah.
but yeah, he's a car photographer and also other photographer, but
Yeah.
So he goes all the
There's like some guy who just was taking it over for this year, and
Anyway, it was a mess.
We don't have to get
Yeah,
into
no, that's not part of it.
delusional.
So Make-A-Wish, you've been part of doing this with Make-A-Wish for 11 years now, right?
2009.
2009.
Okay.
So
So
I can't count.
and you guys have raised a boatload of money for them.
Yeah, I don't have the current total offhand, but I know it's over 100,000.
Yeah, we hit 100K
Last year.
last year, or
I think it was last year.
I was in the
remember
shop
the
next door because I made the
announcement.
100K club stickers, so I think it was
yeah.
last year.
Which
Yeah.
is a-
which is technically was from fall of the previous year.
Oh, okay.
Because that's a thing too that maybe some people that go maybe get a little confused on. We do the check presentation and everything that
Right.
morning.
From the
From
The
the
check
prior
presentation is the money that was raised from the previous event.
right.
Right.
So if you're there in the spring and you get in the picture with the giant check,
That's from the fall.
that's from the fall event.
Gotcha.
That's not the money that we just raised that day.
Right.
Speaking of that, give me the artwork for the new check, buddy.
I will. I
Not
always
too
forget
late
to do that.
Not too late. We got your door stickers done. Brian got your door stickers
in
done.
record time.
A
I really
week
appreciate that.
and a half early.
I really appreciate it.
It's usually the day before,
Wild.
I've seen it.
Wild.
Yeah.
and I bitched the whole time. Now I get to listen to Brian bitch.
So what's even worse about that is he'll do that, and he always comes through, always. But he does that, it pisses him off. He bitches about whatever, and then I'll hit him up with like the Saturday evening, shit, buddy, I'm so sorry, I forgot to send you the big check image. Can you print that for me?
And we already get down there at 6, so now I got to wake up even earlier
And
to
he's
come
like,
to the shop.
I fucking hate you.
I'm never doing this again. 6 months later, what do you need and what do you need to buy, buddy? Because
Always
it's
there
for a
for
great cause, man. I love you guys. Like, shit, you guys came to my second wedding, whatever it was, the renewal. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've loved you guys for a very long time. It's good stuff. I knew them before you.
I didn't go to your second wedding.
Yeah, I know you were busy.
Wow, what a
Weren't you in
dick.
Florida?
Wow, rude.
I was
Wow.
in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
My best man wasn't even there.
I missed a boat day for that.
Whew,
That's a big deal.
He cares about you
Yeah.
when he misses a boat day.
Damn right. So Andy got out of cars and now he's a boat guy. So stay tuned for the real boat or the real cruise.
But on the topic of like the kind of cars and like the the group that we have now with the, like I said, we incorporated the mandatory donation, which, was huge for we've slowly just created over the years like a very much closer knit group of people.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though it's a
And
much larger group.
It's a larger group of people, and maybe I
still
don't
feels
don't
like they're part
technically
of it.
know everybody. There's so many people that like I don't know, but it's like you see our decals on their car.
Yep.
I
love those
I,
posts.
I get excited
those
every
posts.
time I see one of them.
Oh yeah, when I
out
see some
anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, there's people will still have their decal on from last year.
Yeah.
Just driving. I mean, yeah, I have it. I have
keep
two.
mine on.
I had I was for a while. I was
Right.
going
No,
all
we
the
talked
way,
about doing like a livery in it.
all the way down. But when you see somebody, it's just like such a mind blowing. I mean, it might be the same thing. If you when you see somebody
Yeah.
somebody post and you see them wearing your gloves or wearing
Yeah,
your hat, like
it's
it's
awesome.
just such a
Right.
like weird thing. Like that guy's wearing my. If I show up places and I'm like, he's wearing my shirt. There's a guy wearing a Kanc shirt.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
We went to a concert this summer and
Oh yeah.
it's like that. I designed that shirt.
Yeah. Who are you? What number are you?
We did.
Oh,
We did. We totally did. We like jumped over the seats to get down to him. It was like, hey, that's one of our shirts.
Don't touch me, mister.
I didn't steal your shirt. I promise.
What number were you?
We're going to look you up later.
No, we did it right in front of him.
Oh, shit.
That's great.
He was probably like, these guys are fucking creepy.
Yeah, I love
But
it.
it was so exciting.
Yeah,
So exciting
it's-
to see something that you've put out there.
And it's so big. It's New England based. And not, I mean, where's Neil from? Ohio now? And he still comes out? Doesn't he? Yeah, I saw him out
when,
here.
when he
Yeah.
can, yeah.
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 And I mean, we've had there was a big group of people from Rhode Island that would come up
Yep.
every year. For a little while, we were kind of doing like the who has what license plates from the furthest
yeah.
place away.
Yep.
I think Neil when
Doesn't
he came,
count if you have a rental though that says Florida.
Neil when he came from Texas, didn't he? One time?
He drove all the way from Texas. No way.
No, I think he flew out.
No, I think
he flew out. Yeah.
Nobody had to know. You could have been like, yeah, he drove.
Yeah. The Supra
One-
the whole way.
One tank of gas.
He actually just sold the Supra.
Did he really?
Yep.
That thing's still a T88 on it.
Oh, Jesus. Nardo Gray.
Do you know what? Do you know? Well, now it used to be. It was green.
All right. Yeah,
That
I
was
remember when he wrapped it.
You know, that was an NA.
Yep.
It originally was an NA.
Oh, really?
That thing must make tons of power at Redline.
Right at red line.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
like-
know.
Did-
2J probably spools a T88 okay.
Seriously? Do you know what a T88
Yeah,
is?
it's a monster. That's a monster. And it's
I mean,
old.
not really anymore, but just
It's my
it's just
head.
an
Yeah.
antique.
On.
You know, that was like the OG like badass turbo.
Yeah. What do you think the boost threshold is on that? Like 5,500 RPMs?
Dude, I hit peak torque at 55 in the freaking Forester.
And what are you running for a turbo?
The old FP Green HTA.
Yep.
You still have that thing?
Tried-
Yeah, I had it rebuilt. I actually sent out had
wow.
it rebuilt for some stupid reason. I don't know.
It still puts down though.
It's all right.
What's the car put down for power or
Not enough.
okay?
He's always been super secret about the numbers.
Is
For
it
like
hot-
no real reason.
At this point, it's just funny because
Yeah.
you know he's not going to tell you.
yeah.
Is it-
Basically now it's just
is it under 1,000 and more than 300?
yes.
Okay, cool.
Is it
Yeah,
over
it's-
300
it's
and less
been-
than 900?
It's been over 300 for a long time.
Yeah.
Second motor, I think I was over. Yeah.
Do you ever have plans of getting a hood scoop?
I have multiple hood scoops.
Do you ever plan on putting it on and keeping it on?
I think you did that once, didn't it? Like restrict the.
So the first one, because nobody else knows what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
So Forester XT has a hood scoop. It's the same hood scoop shape as a Bug Eye.
Yep.
I got a shroud from a buddy. I actually traded him an old blown turbo for the shroud because the scoop is two pieces. It's an inside shroud and then the scoop on top.
Okay.
So it's an 04 STI shroud, and I just have the shroud, and the shroud is just looks like tin. It just has tin sticking up out of my hood. And I've ran that forever, and everybody's just like, when are you going to get a hood scoop? When are you going to get a hood scoop? And I'm just like... So I finally end up coming across, there's an aftermarket company makes the '04 STI looking scoop, and they make it for a bug eye shaped hood.
Yep.
I put that on. It lasted about a week before it blew off at like 140.
In Mexico.
Yeah,
dyno.
it was, yeah.
Not the
And,
dyno.
Kilometers.
Yeah, kilometers. Yeah, it just like, because it's not like ABS plastic. It's that crap they do body kits with.
Oh, fiberglass.
Fiberglass. It was just
or Reflex.
yeah, it was like a fiberglass thing, and it was bright. It was blue. My car's gold.
Yep.
But yeah, I got a little bit of a rip in it or whatever, and it just smacked off the windshield, gone. And I was like, oh, well,
I'll just keep going.
yeah, I guess I'm just. It was meant to not have one. So then, because the thing is, so the JDM Forester does have a larger hood scoop.
Yep.
Well, they want like it's like $350 or something for that stupid scoop.
No scoop it is?
Yeah, no, I have that scoop now.
Oh, you did buy it?
So I finally, so I've had that car since 2010.
Right.
So I finally, I got that. I didn't get the shroud because now you need the shroud that fits that one, which is another $300. You're talking about $600, and then you still got to paint it.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Everybody's like, when are you going to get a hood scoop? When are you give me $1,000 so I can get a hood scoop?
Right.
Like, I don't know. That's why I don't have a hood scoop. It's $1,000 for a fucking hood scoop.
We're really close to front mount intercooler.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just going to front mount.
Yeah.
I really want to do air to water,
Okay.
but it's
Nerd.
probably just not going to happen. I'm just going to get a front mount, but it needs the front mount. It's really struggling. But
All right. Now we know.
But yeah. So that's So but I got that one. I made the shroud fit the JDM one, and my intake air temperatures were just garbage. I
Gotcha.
took that thing off, left it the way it is. Intake air temps are much better.
Perfect.
So that's why no scoop.
Now we know.
Intake air temps are important.
All right. So never ask Shawn again why he doesn't have a hood scoop. Because
I
now
mean,
we all
unless-
should know.
Not unless you have $1,000.
Not unless you have
in your
$1,000
pocket.
that you're giving me also, so I can get a friggin'.
I will never ask again.
I hope that every person that sees this walks up to him at the Kanc Cruise and is like, "Why don't you have a hood scoop?"
Pretty much. Everybody already does.
Of course, it's an
like,
inside
Right.
joke. Yeah.
yeah. Now it's been like it's a thing. I'm like, nope.
Nice. So, I wanted to keep this short, but obviously we're having a good time and we're still
Yeah.
talking. So let's keep going for a little bit longer.
So,
Do we
Kanc
plan on, or how long do you guys plan on keeping this going? Like, are you burnt out yet? Are you seeing it dwindle?
Oof, that's a
Or
tough one to answer.
Right.
Because yes, to all of it.
Right. We're all getting older, man.
We are.
But it
and
still feels good to do it. I'm
It
sure,
does.
Right?
Oh, that's the thing. As soon as you're like,
That's the
do
only
we
thing that
really
keeps
want to
me
do
going.
this? Should we do this? And then it's like you start getting the messages. Hey, when's the cruise?
Yep.
Hey, when's the cruise?
So for me, it's exhausting, and I feel burnt out, and it's a lot of work. I don't get that like, oh yeah, no, we have to keep going until like the day of. So like that morning of, when you see like everyone's faces and how much they appreciate it, and then we'll have like a Wish family from Make-A-Wish, we'll be there, and you'll have either the one of the parents talking or the kid talking about their story and what all this means to them, and you're like, well, I can't stop now.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work, and
Yeah.
it was a lot easier to do when we were younger, for sure.
Right. Especially now with adult lives and adult stuff.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. But no, I don't.
And then once you start trying to make it more of a real event, adding in all that extra stuff, it's totally,
so many more things, so much liabilities.
Yeah, some people make comments and they're so like disconnected. Like, why don't we meet over here?
Right.
You want
Because it's going to take 3 hours to get 300 cars through that quarter-mile stretch.
Yeah, it's like that one, the one that has 4 stoplights between it and the highway.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work. Like you're not, like.
It's funny because I've even talked to Andy about it, and I'm like, what about this and what about that? And when someone that's put it together approaches you and goes, you ever think about where you're going to park 250 to 300 cars at one point in time, and there's a bathroom?
Yeah.
Right.
And you go, just one bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden the
Not
layers
only
of
that, but then,
complexity.
you know, like how much time does it take you to get just like a quarter mile down the road?
Right. And not
You know.
pissing off
Right.
the
How do you do
everyday
that without
citizen.
shutting down a whole road? You know, like
Yeah. Because at that point now you need like police escort and stuff to block intersections if you want people to be even remotely near each other.
which is exactly what we want to avoid.
Yeah.
yeah, I have no interest in doing that.
Yeah.
No, it's the perfect setup now. You're off the highway. You're right on the
it's,
highway.
it's right there. It's
yeah,
perfect. I
smooth.
mean,
You guys have it
if we
down to
could
a science.
find a better spot, sure, but you can't.
If I could
Yeah,
fit
I mean,
300
we
cars
can't beat
here,
it.
I
Can't
would.
Can't beat
but
it. You can't beat it.
I
Yeah.
can't.
I mean, where else are you going to have a parking lot that large
Right.
that basically has its own on-ramp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and it's a nice facility too. You know,
It's beautiful.
Yep.
It's a
We've
great
been
place to meet.
We've been very fortunate
Yeah.
that NHTI has donated the use of their space
And it's been very
for
good.
so
that
many years.
Everybody that goes doesn't abuse it. So if you're watching this and you're going to be new to the cruise, don't fuck this up for people.
Yeah, don't.
No burnouts,
Yeah.
no revving. Don't be a dick. Get on the highway, drive spirited, and have a good time.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, the best way to say it, I guess, is probably like there's a place for it,
Yeah.
right?
And that's when we're going to ask you guys, when are you going to start drifting?
Not, yeah, like I say, not a charity event with 300 other cars.
A lot of eyes on it.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
yeah, because it's like the only thing you're going to ruin it for is us.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And
know,
and Make a Wish
and
all
Make
that.
a Wish.
You
Yeah,
know, all the
because
families that
yeah,
that could
because
have been helped.
that's all we need is somebody to do something, and then Make a Wish is like, hey, we can't be affiliated with you anymore.
Right.
Yep.
Right. You know, and I will say, hopefully they don't change their minds, but law enforcement seems to be really, really cool about this whole entire
Oh yeah,
event.
they know at this point. They
how
know.
could you
And
miss it?
anytime we get guys pulled
For the
over,
most part.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, there's always
some.
exceptions.
There's always some.
But there's idiots in the group on both sides on it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
But I mean, we do it about the same time. It's twice a year. It's been since 2009. Anybody up there that's been on the police force for longer than 3 years knows that we're going to be up there again. Mm-hmm. And we tell everybody, but like, don't be doing anything crazy. Police already know. Like, we didn't give them a call. I didn't talk to them. They know.
But you don't hide this
But we're-
kind of event.
It's
You know, they know.
it's posted everywhere. They know we're coming. And
There's decals this big on the
there's
sides of the cars.
that's all part of the holding people accountable.
Yeah. We did the
know.
driver numbers actually to start
Yeah.
to help with that accountability.
Yeah, and getting everybody's information and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That all kind of stemmed from like the motorcycle incident and trying to eliminate that.
Right.
And I know it's one of those things that's get like people make comments about like large events and they don't want to drive together and whatnot. And I love seeing the comments from the people that go to our event, just so positive.
Yeah.
And be like, nope, it's not like that. This is a great event. I go every year. I bring my dog. I bring my kid. It's a great family event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really not wild and reckless or anything like that.
No,
Well, the
no.
way
It's really not.
the way you guys run it, and the way it runs itself too, given the good groups of people that attend. It's for anybody that has never been on a cruise before. It's not like you get together in a line of 300 cars,
No.
right? There are smaller groups that break
Absolutely.
off
Yep.
and here and there and whatnot, but we all meet up in the same spot,
Mm-hmm.
and take pictures together, and yeah,
Yeah, everybody kind of, you have like your little cliques.
Yeah.
You have your little cliques or your little group of people that usually, some people will pop off early and go somewhere where they want to go for lunch on their own or something. Or some like to pull over and stop at a pull off and get photos and whatnot. And then I think it's also kind of like the other great part about the event is it's like it can kind of be however you want it to be. Do you
Yeah.
want to be in a large group with everyone? Then you can get into a big large group and drive with everyone. If you want to just more keep to yourself and take your time of the day and just and relax, you can do that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you can drive whatever you want to drive.
I was gonna say I've run it
I've done it in a rental more times than I would care to. I had the 4-door Supra.
We did the rental pickup one
We had the
year.
rental pickup. I didn't dent in the back of that rental.
Not by the time I returned it
No.
anyway.
But yeah, it's that's the cool thing, I think, and the reason why it keeps me coming back. I've done it in the show car. I've done it in, my company car. I've done it in Focus ST, so I fit in with the other 25 Focus STs that were there that year. And I've done it a whole bunch of different ways. And it's really cool because you have that flexibility, and it's your day anyways. You're just hanging out with your friends.
Yeah.
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 It's really difficult to explain to somebody who's never been there.
Right. You got a group of
What's
lifted
it,
Jeeps.
What's it going to be
Yeah.
like? Well, that depends. What do you want it to be like? Because that's
Yeah.
what it's going to be like.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a choose your story book.
Yeah.
Build your own adventure.
Yeah, that's what
Yep.
it is.
Yeah.
But it's
Bring a walkie.
Two-way radios are
Yeah.
huge.
Bring a 2-way radio. So
There
you
is
can
no cell
communicate.
service in a lot of places, and half the fun is just some of the banter that goes back and forth
yeah.
Yeah.
on those radios.
And it's also cool because you guys are helping like support smaller businesses. Like you have the food truck there in the morning, and I mean,
Yeah.
they might not be working that morning. Now they're making money.
Right.
New School Vinyl, your shirt people, like whoever, you know what I mean? So, and you're helping bring eyes. So that's what we're trying to do with this podcast is I'd like to see more of like, because our world is a drift world, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I want drift cars on there drifting, but I'd like to see the ones that are dailied.
That would be cool.
Just a new set of eyes, you know what I mean? So if you're watching this and our audience is mostly drifters, sign up, donate to Make-A-Wish, go out, have a good day. You don't have to do the whole cruise. You can just go up to Littleton, turn around. Half the time, I don't even go on the whole cruise. I go Concord and then head home.
Yeah,
Just
that's,
because.
that's the other, that's the other thing too. Is a lot of especially like in the fall, right? It's a little cold.
Yeah.
So anybody with real high end, vehicles, you're running R888s or something, and it's 40 degrees out, so you're not trying to drive your 2,000 horsepower fucking Mustang. You can still come out in the morning, meet in the parking lot. It's kind of like a pseudo car show in the morning.
Yeah.
Where everybody's there in the morning. We're there for a few hours. You can walk around, take pictures, meet people, talk to everybody. And then when everybody takes off to head up north, there's a lot of people that just cruise halfway up and then turn around and leave and then go about their day.
Yeah.
Or you can just come in the morning and just do the morning thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice line, but that's not how it works. Because I've done this before, and I've shown up, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the parking lot, and then I look around the parking lot for an hour, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go on the cruise for the whole day.
We'll go up to Littleton, see what happens.
Nope, I mean,
We're going the whole way.
If I'm going up 93 with the pack, there's no getting off the
Like
highway.
it's
Forget it. I'm in.
I'm a terrible.
Let's go.
I'm a terrible one because I've been doing the cruise 10 years now, 9, 8 years, whatever. I think I've done the whole cruise twice, and I think one time was in Dan's Evo, and I did it in that $500 Integra. I actually wrapped.
I remember that.
I wrapped the Integra in a new NEMS livery that you designed for me to match the decals. It was like green with stars in it.
Oh, I remember doing that.
Yeah. I bought it, and I had like a boom box in the back and my buddy Pete in the passenger seat, and we just did it.
Tell me those aren't the best times, though.
Dude,
You
in
know?
a bomber, like, but still looked
Yeah.
cool. Like, it was sick.
Yeah. My company car taking my Ford Fusion when I had it.
I remember that.
That was the best because there are some roads that I've avoided for years, and Hurricane.
Hurricane Mountain in a rental is like,
Oh, it's perfect.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
Primo.
45 inches of suspension travel in a Ford Fusion. It
Yeah.
was just like a cloud.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Do I want to spend $13 for the extra insurance? Yes, I do.
Is all 4 tires going to come off the ground?
Yes.
Maybe.
Affirmative.
Allegedly.
Well,
I've never heard the sound of a suspension fully releasing.
I've seen it on an NSX. That was pretty impressive.
Four-door Supra. You're just like you're up and you're like, eh. there's like a weird thunk in the air, and then it's
It's hitting the rebound strap.
My favorite ever on Hurricane was one of our friends took their brother's car, and it was a Golf GTI, I think. Not GTI, sorry, TDI.
Who?
One of our friends,
initials.
Market Basket.
Okay, keep going. I know what you're talking about now.
So the video, we go up, we do Hurricane. I was in the company car that year. And so he's right behind me, and I was like,
you don't work for this company anymore. I'm assuming.
They
We
won't.
don't have company cars anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
Is this why?
That's so weird.
No, I was good. That was-
Everybody else that works with them's like, yeah, we don't.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, no company car.
point is, we don't anymore. So, I'm doing a good speed and knowing I'm going to compress the suspension and get a good amount of air, and I did. And when you can count and you're like 1, 2, it's a good amount. And I looked in my rear view and it was like that. This Golf was like right behind me, only a little higher. And so, no harm, no foul. Everybody drove home all right, except maybe something fell off the car, and like a license plate or whatever. And
At least it was nothing identifying.
right, so we drive home. All right, don't tell anybody. Don't tell my brother about that. No, we won't tell him. Videos come out 2 days later.
I remember him sending me the video.
And the comment was just like, Michael,
Good thing you didn't say his name.
mark it.
Yeah, market.
Market pruning.
Man,
but
I
those
remember he took his Volvo up there one year and it snowed.
He got hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was just
That was
snow.
That was
Yeah.
that was through the notch.
Yeah, that was weird.
Through the notch with the
Just
snow.
out of nowhere, all of a sudden, like, where did this dusting of snow come from?
I was in the S14. It was very interesting.
Were you? Oh, man.
Yeah, he called me. He's like, "Are you turning around?" And I was like, "Nah, let's go."
Yeah, send it.
We'll figure it out.
I got a Zenith. We're fine. But he got hit, and I remember feeling sorry for the person that hit him because he was in a Volvo 240, and their vehicle was like trashed, and
And he had like a broken.
he had a taillight.
Just the taillight. I remember that. Yep.
It's like
Just the
the,
tail.
I mean, it technically was more than that.
but it's like the Nokia phone of cars. Like it just
Yeah.
kill
Yeah.
it.
You literally just hit a concrete building.
Yeah, sorry for you, man.
They're called bricks for a reason.
Yep. So if you get the chance, I to just chime into what you're saying, Jake. If you get the chance, you got a $500 Integra, you got a Volvo 240, you got a whatever.
You got a
Camry.
Ferrari. Go.
Yes, bring it.
Yeah.
You got a McLaren. Bring it out.
It's October 20th.
Yeah, it's literally in a week. We're gonna put this out.
This has been this is the worst promo.
Well, we're doing it. We're
Ever.
that's why I wanted to film this quick so Brian could edit it, and we're gonna literally try to get it on ASAP, probably Monday.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Should we just do a quick run through right now? Maybe Brian can make a teaser or something out of it with all the information.
I mean, we can talk about that offline.
Sure.
So we should talk about what Brian's gonna do for us. Love you. Yep.
If possible,
Nah, we'll figure it out. We have it scheduled for Monday to come out, so you guys can share around. We can share around, get the word out. We usually do a live airing at 7:30 at night. We have between 25 and 40 people that watch live, and then within the first week we're usually getting 100 to 200 views. So
That's awesome.
yeah. So I hope that this will trigger some people to come out. Photographers, come out, shoot the cars. You can still come out and donate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's 50-50 raffles. There's donations where you can, win whatever. I think I donated a Nintendo one time and then won it and then kept it because I really wanted that Nintendo. And if you wanted it, you should have bought more tickets than me.
The tailgate bench was my favorite.
That one was really
That was cool.
I liked that.
Yeah.
That one, the only thing that sucked about that was like whoever won it.
Had to get it home.
How do I get it home?
Who did win that?
I don't remember.
Somebody
Was
was
it?
a Miata.
I know Kyle Kosselman won a coffee table because I used to do the gun hideaway tables, and Kyle
the coffee
Kosselman won that one.
I wonder if that bench is.
That's the one with the little with the magnet in the car.
Yeah. Yep. The key, the magnet key.
Awesome. I liked that one too.
yeah.
I did cornhole boards that
Yeah.
I forgot who won those.
The-
Adirondack chairs.
The Adirondack chair, I didn't win it. Who won? Was that Cregan that won that?
Yes.
Maybe.
I think Cregan won that because I ended up taking it to my house. I was like, I'll just come get it in a few days. It'll be on my deck.
And it lived there.
No, he came and got it. I
Oh,
was
nice.
hoping it was going to live there, but
man.
he came and got it.
Give him an old one instead.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it. It's a folding chair from Walmart.
Holding a lawn
Yeah.
chair.
He just Sharpies any MS on it. What do you mean? That's what it was. Yeah, I got to come up with something good this year, too. We'll come up with something good.
You always do.
I try.
We appreciate it.
A couple years I slacked, but I was tired. I'm just tired.
Us too, man.
I love it every year. I really do. And it is something different. It's something different in the spring than it is in the fall usually. And whatever, I can't say it enough. Like I just love the fact that you can show up in anything you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toyota Camry.
We had the limo.
Oh,
We showed up in a limo one
Yes,
year.
that
That
was-
was hilarious.
the footage,
Oh
the
man.
best on Hurricane.
He bought, it was like a $900 limo that
Right.
he bought, and he was just like, "I'm taking this on the cruise." I'm like, that's what it's all about.
I think I
Yeah.
saw it broke down on the way home. Is that right?
Oh, I don't remember that. No,
I don't remember.
if it did, I don't remember it.
I've certainly seen a lot of cars.
We actually just bumped into who that was a couple like last month, and he brought it up. He's like, "I brought a limo one time." Like that was you? He was like, "Yeah."
That's awesome. Well, we really, really, really do appreciate you guys coming on and sharing this amazing event with everybody. And we hope that we can shed at least some new eyes. I mean, it's already a well-known event, but I'm hoping we can at least, convince people that wouldn't normally go to go. So if you guys want, put up where we can find you on social medias. And yeah.
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 We're on Facebook, NE Motorsport. Instagram is the same thing, isn't
Should
it?
just be any
NE
motorsport.
Motorsport. Yeah.
Nice.
and I know you can just search Kanc Cruise. Kanc
For the
Cruise.
Motorsport, we use like hashtag
Yeah.
Kanc Cruise.
Yep. There's a lot of that.
And if nothing else, just show up October 20th.
October
What time?
20th, NHTI,
What time?
9 a.m.
8:30.
8:30.
8:30.
It's crazy. People start rolling in at like 7.
Yeah, we try to avoid that. It's actually
Yeah, because we're trying to set
really
Pain in the
difficult. Yeah.
And don't drive on the grass. You'll get yelled at.
Oh, definitely don't do that.
I got yelled at.
Yeah, can't do that.
And she didn't like me very much, and I didn't like her very much, and you could tell. Nice. What do you got?
Thank you guys. Thank you for putting this. Thank you for continuing, even if you weren't originally the ones that started it and put everything together. You continue doing it, and COVID was a tough time, whatever, but it got revitalized afterwards, and I
Yeah.
think that's really cool because it's something that when I moved here, I just thought it was the coolest thing in the world that all these people get together and just drive together, and that's it. And it's like drifting, it's all high fives and helping people out. I've lent tools, I've
yeah.
jump started cars, I've pushed people off the side of the road, helping, not but
Important distinction.
yes, but it's just awesome. So I can't say it enough. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate
you.
that. Really do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we appreciate you guys, and we look forward to the next one. And I hope that we can help grow, and we can always be a part of it with you guys. Because
I mean, I know we definitely appreciate you.
yeah,
You've always done a lot.
Yeah,
for us.
you've done so
great
much
cause.
with it for I'm pretty sure the longest.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
for sure the longest
when I dig into
sponsor or
something,
contributor.
I want to stay onto it because I believe in it, and I'm not going to just come over to people that don't deserve it. I guess you could say, and it's not a deserved thing, but you know what I mean. Love you guys. I always will.
I love you too, man.
And love all you guys. And thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.